What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live, and I'm doing a simple short video. Honestly, it's about like twin flames, soulmates, love, twin flame, like the love union, some deep stuff. Always touch up on that. Anyways, it's just a short, simple message. Like, to be honest, I've been saying this too, that like, hey, I truly stand for that we all deserve and we all are worthy of one great, true love. What I mean by that is like, the most simplest form of a great, true love, because we're going throughout our journey. Many people get similar lessons just in different ways. We all do, technically. We all are going through something. But my point is like, we all going through stuff. We went through school, through jobs, through extracurricular activities, through family stuff, through a whole bunch of stuff. And at the end of the day, deep down, all of us have a heart and we all desire and yearn for love, to have just on the most simplest level, just that one, you know what I'm saying? Who's there and like, you're like, so much to them and there's so much to you. Like of all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an almost unexplainable type of connection, like the most massively deepest connection possible. And whenever you've gone with some other people or whatever, is no comparison at all to the connection to the one, your true divine twin flame. No matter who else you try to sleep with, hook up with, try to kiss, go out with, text message, whatever, it just ain't the same. It doesn't mean you're trying to make someone else be like them. No, it's just you realizing who your true twin flame is. And I have wisdom from mentors that, hey, like, we have one twin flame, and honestly, I stand for that, to be real, because I've been through like some unexplainable stuff, mental states, emotional states, physical states of being within me that are just off the charts, out of this world for real, and at the same time, like, I was cool with it though, with my twin flame, because like I knew I was gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was love. If that makes any sense at all. Like, that's why love is ultimate truth, because with love, that's where you let go of judgment. You know what I'm saying? Because if you bring everybody out into the field, so-called authority, so-called people with guns and weapons and stuff like that, if you bring all those people into a field and make and strip them naked, so they're only wearing a shirt and shorts or whatever, maybe not even wearing no clothes at all, where they don't have no pockets, nothing in their pockets, nothing in their hands, nothing. It could be a police officer. It can be a political, governmental activist. It could be a so-called doctor. It can be a so-called football player. It can be a so-called gangbanger or a rapper or whatever you want to call it. But you bring all this diversity out into the field. It could be a military army soldier, with guns and all this stuff. But I'm saying you bring all these different types of people into a nature space, a natural field, like a jungle or something, you know, and strip them of everything so that they have to learn how to be in nature peacefully, harmoniously, respectfully. Then you see that's where you take away people's ego when it's just them. There's no other chains and jewelry. There's no other flashy this, flashy that. There's no weapons. None of that stuff. It's like, hey, guess what? We're here. This is who we are in nature. You know what I'm saying? In the jungle, there's no guns growing from the trees and growing from the grass. There's no cigarettes growing from the jungle trees and growing from the jungle grass. There's none of that stuff at all. So my point is, a lot of the West has become desensitized, extremely desensitized. So the point I'm making is like, all I'm saying is, if for those that understand where I'm coming from with all this, y'all are some real people. And I have mentors that can relate with what I'm speaking of. Because I remember all the way up until this point, all I had pursued, been on the plan of pursuing was a massive deep love. I'm talking about just something that sends chills up my spine, that lights a fire up my soul, and I've experienced that, to be honest. And it's some miraculous stuff, to be honest. Like they say, a miracle is anything that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you know you're leaving the matrix. That's how you know it's love. That's how you know it's godly. It's universal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what anybody, talks about this and that. Yeah, I've had plenty of time in religion. I'm not religious. Yeah, there's, valid text and verses and stuff like that can help us, cool. I'm spiritual. And at the same time, also, I'm not, here like, oh my goodness, come save me, someone from the sky. Like I've said before in my other videos about universal spirituality, God, this and that. Honestly, I say we are gods and goddesses, and at the same time, also, I do truly stand for and realize that there is divine intelligence and a massive, deep thing beyond our comprehension in this universe, because this is a massive universe. So I just say that I keep an open mind, and I call that God, whatever you want to call it, the force, the unknown, the unseen, this massive creation, whatever you want to call it. That's what I call God. I call it nature, whatever. Dr. Sebi speaks about God a lot too. And honestly, I'm always supporting what he's saying, to be real, because like I get what he's saying, and like I relate with it, to be real, and that's how I'm perceiving it as well. God, the universe, nature, whatever you want to call it, I feel it. And it's not none of this, oh, God, oh, please come here right now and, put a $5 bill in my hand right now. 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay, no. Not like that. I'm talking about on some whole another level type stuff where it's like, where it makes life fun, where it makes life worth living, where it makes life, worth it. You know what I'm saying? Where we're learning progressively, where we're loving, and where it's like we don't know it all, and at the same time we're learning and we're evolving and we're tracking progress and we're planting seeds and leaving a legacy and like, building momentum and just getting closer and closer. And it's just like, that's what I'm talking about, because I'm here to live the most expansive life I possibly can, and that's where I'm coming from with all this. Because if you just say, oh, whatever, I know it all, life is boring, life has no meaning, screw it, let's just be lazy and just, pout around and not do anything all the time, just half-ass everything and, just like that, that's not fun at all, and it's not cool at all. It's very doubtful, it's very weak, it's very, cowardly. And to be real, for those of us that's here to live a long life like I am, then guess what? I'm inspired to live life in a meaningful way of learning and of giving meaning, of sharing meaning, of teaching, of me coaching, of me learning from coaches, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And just like getting deep holistically, all aspects of life. That's why I knew I was on the big things, because even way before I went vegan, when I was getting ready to graduate high school, I was in football, and like I got inspired by Elliot Hulse, the strength coach, personal trainer, bodybuilder, strength coach, father, whatever, and like he was talking about holistic health. And I just always been into the fitness, health and wellness world my whole life. And then just like, just like learning about the holistic health and all that stuff, and learning what that is and seeing how that correlates with me and my interests. And that's what I gravitated towards, because I'm like, hey, I'm not here just to be behind a screen crunching numbers all day, every day with no life. I'm here to have a family. I'm here to have love. I'm here to travel. I'm here to also read and write and, learn and study and teach and share and, do video stuff, to exercise, to work out, to chill, to meditate, to enjoy vegan food, to cook, to clean, to just have an expansive, holistically well-rounded life, and like, it's just like the truth can be told, and also like it's even more amazing when it's realized. And that's all I'm talking about, okay? Because like I stand for it, okay? I'm not saying, oh, like, like come save me. This, no, none of that stuff. It's just, you just know. And those that know, they just, we know. You know what I'm saying? We are aware. We have our own inner sensitivity and our own inner book and our own inner love and tape recorder of what we've been through in our life and how we felt through it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say love is the only truth there is. Because like, guess what? A real child, this and that, they're already gonna know what is evil and what is, life and love. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna know the difference. It's that simple. They're gonna know the difference between a wicked, evil being that's just destructive and always looking to tear, and just the energy is very low vibrational and toxic and stuff like that, to whereas a more jolly, graceful, compassionate, loving, warm, enthusiastic, uplifting type of vibe. They're going to know the difference intuitively without maybe even knowing the being. So that's the point I'm making about like us, that our emotions, our feelings, is our inner guidance system. Our heart, our soul. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that's why I end up leaving the Matrix, because time and time again, guess what? I realized certain environments just did not serve me at all. And like, it was not cool there. You know what I'm saying? There was a massive energy incompatibility. And, that just obviously was the reason why it says universal law, two opposing frequencies cannot occupy the same space and time, and that's true. So like, that's how you get into the gold, the good stuff, when you're starting to pick up on that, not just doing it just for the money, but actually having real valid meaning with it, and I'm not here to be looking at what everybody else is doing or criticizing or none of that stuff at all. I'm just saying from what I've noticed, and I also put that together also with love and just the experiences, and I'm aware, and that's why I'm inspired to begin writing, books, you know what I'm saying, poetry, etc. And that's why I'm doing this YouTube stuff, because that's the truth. Love is the truth. And like, that's why love has no judgment, because only those two beings know. You know what I'm saying? You can bring any type of person as a third party to try to mediate or whatever, and then, still at the end of the day, it's between those two people. It's some deep stuff, moms, so-called authority, so-called, friends, so-called counselors, this and that. They can play their part, but at the same time, at the end of the day, ultimately, real, true, divine, sacred love is beyond all of that. It's miraculous. That's why I bring up nature as the truth, and nature is authority, because it is true. When you go out into the jungle and you get those jungle vibes or nature vibes beyond this matrix system world or whatever, that's where you're just so free, and it's like magical. It's better than a fairy tale. It's better than TV stuff. It's real life stuff, and like, it's worth it. So they say anything worth it is not easy. So that's what I've been understanding. So anyways, it's Eternal Authenticity. Just sharing with y'all twin flame, soulmate, deep love talk. Y'all let me know how y'all feel and what y'all got going on too. How y'all can relate and what's going on in your world too. Hit me up for any wellness and health consultations. It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Peace.